Let me tell you about an app called Free Cash. Free Cash is the number one app worldwide, allowing users like yourself to make money off their phone for free. If you want to make $200 plus a week for free, download using my link in the description or the QR code on the screen. If you download now for free using my link or QR code, you will get a free $5 into your account for free. That's $5 for free, no requirements. So download Free Cash today to make easy, quick, and free money.
Children, because my friends are my family. I am part of the rich auntie faction, and I'm very, 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 very content with being there. I love it. I love it. I love I I love my life. I really, really, really do. And I just don't have to justify it to anybody. I don't need to convince anybody at all. If you're not convinced, I don't care. I really don't, so that's where things sit with me, girl.
And the thing about it is anybody who's like, why have to repeat?
Yo, it's crazy, right? So she's saying that she doesn't care, but yet she's on a podcast every week complaining about how she's single and she's up in age. But she doesn't care, but yet she's on a podcast expressing how she feels. It's crazy.
Repeat it so much if it's true because it's never been said before.
That's a fact.
It's never been said before.
Yeah,
and there are millions of women who have been waiting to hear someone like you advocate for the lifestyle that you have, for the freedom, for the sense of self, for the sense of safety that you have.
And exactly. And that's another reason why when they say, oh, well, she's trying to convince other women to, follow in her path and not have babies and not get married. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Like I said, whatever floats your boat, go ahead and do that. But for the women who are sitting with those conflicting feelings of, yeah, I kind of agree with Melissa, like the marriage and kids thing, it never really did resonate with me, and I feel pressure. Well, I'm here to give a name to it for you. I'm here to show you what it looks like when you jump across the line and you just embrace your truth. You embrace.
Yes. Be a lonely, bitter woman. Live the rest of your life by yourself. Why? Because you chose to be free. So you give your freedom to the streets. And now you're at an age where no man is going to take you serious. No man is going to look at you as a wife. However, this woman was once one of the most beautiful women out there. And see, beauty is value when it comes to a woman. But you got to pay attention to what a woman does with her value. Instead of finding a husband and starting a family and living a fruitful life, she chose to take her beauty and give it to the streets and mess with all the players. Now her value is done. It's gone. And this is how she looks, and this is how she sounds. And this is the life of a bird, ladies.
Embrace who you really actually want to be so that you can thrive from that point. You can't thrive when you're in a constant state of flux. You can't thrive when you're in a constant state of confusion of, should I, shouldn't I? Well, this is expected of me, blah, blah, blah. Once you let go of what you believe are everybody else's expectations of you, and you really sit and think to yourself, my life is my gift and I can do what I want with it. And I think that this is what I want with it, whatever that may be. That is the greatest woman. That is the greatest moment in anybody's life. But for the women who are having difficulty with societal expectations contradicting what they feel in their heart of hearts is just not for them. that's all I'm here to do, is to show you how wonderful it is over here.
And that's what I'm saying. All women are not designed to be wives. Fellas, you'll have to understand that. So when you meet these women, just because they got a pretty face and things like that, you have to pay attention to what that woman is into. You got to pay attention to her energy. A woman's energy never lies. If you get with a girl, right, and she love that music, she love to twerk, she love, bro, the signs are always there. The problem is when a dude sees a woman for who she is and try to make her a wife. And here's the reality. All women want to be married, but for different reasons. Some women wants to be wife, and some women wants to get married to clean up their image when they are past their prime. Fellas, be wise, man.
That's it.
You know what it's like? If you're splashing the person who is sunbathing beside the pool, you're not having fun in the fucking pool.
No.
You're not entertained. So the person who is claiming a different lifestyle than you, who's saying, I don't want to swim, I'm happy over here. If you're genuinely happy where you are, they won't even hit your vision.
Yeah.
You'll just be like, that's great for her. Let me continue to have fun and enjoy what I am doing over here. And that's why I happily advocate for all types of different lifestyles.
Yeah.
And on the fun note, too, is because that beautiful speech that you gave just around collecting data on your own lived experience and making a very easy assessment. What do I put effort in that actually provides joy back? What do I put effort in that drains me?
Mm-hmm.
And that's very simple math.
Yeah.
Oh, the thing that I'm putting effort into that gives joy back is my work, it's my friendships, it's my animals, it's my relationship with God, or it's my relationship with therapy. What has put effort in and drained me has been romantic relationships. That's not to say that I'm saying all romantic relationships are bad, but based on my lived experience, it doesn't make any sense. It would be insane for me to discount these things and put more effort there.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you for being a pioneer.
And I felt like I said it so
Wow. A pioneer. Wow. Amazing, bro. These women are justifying being thoughts. Why it's okay to be hoes, free, liberated. Here's the thing, right? This chick right here, the chick who's speaking, she's in an open marriage, open relationship where she could smash whoever she wants while married. Birds of a feather flock together. This is why you got to pay attention to who your girl or your wife friends are. If your girl aligns with another woman that's a hoe, who you think your girl is, bro? If your girl best friends are hoes, y'all gotta understand, man. Birds align with birds. That's why these two are having such a great conversation, because it's like they relate. I see you, girl. I feel you. That's a connection. That's why if I'm with a chick, bro, and her best friends are hoes, I'll be a fool to wife her. I'm telling you, bro.
delicately, because I was still kind of working through standing 10 toes down on the whole, decenter man and blah blah blah, whatever, like enjoying my life the way that it is kind of thing. And now, just based on everything that is happening in the news cycles right now, all of the things that we're hearing and learning about, just in terms of the violence that patriarchy really is responsible for. And it's not even just, you know, uh, not even a choice
Shit
to,
is
put
crazy.
romantic love on the back burner. In a lot of women's cases, it's our sense of safety.
Life or death.
It really is life or death. I've been accused of being a misandrist a lot. And I'm like, well, that's a cop out, but whatever. But the difference between a misandrist and a misandrist will take her books and her cats and go off into the forest and say, I leave me alone. I don't want anything to do with men. A misogynist will sit in his basement and sign up for a academy and get pointers on how to, oh, I don't know, kill women or drug them and share tips with other men on a website. That's the difference between misogyny and misandry. Misandry, you get rejected. She doesn't want to have anything to do with men. Misogyny, we risk getting killed. And probably you wonder why we chose the bear. Well, this is the reason why we chose the bear. This is the reason. Everything that's coming out. The amount
Yo,
of women that I am
this is
hearing
sick,
just in
bro.
this last couple of weeks that have lost their lives, not just to romantic partners, their husbands, the fathers of their children. What? This is terrifying. That is terrifying. Like everyone's like, "Oh, you're going to die alone." I'm just like, that might be how I get to an old age is by being alone. Because when you hear cases like Giselle Pellicott, who was married for 50 years, and for the last 10, her husband was drugging her and allowing men to come in her while she's unconscious. If you cannot trust the husband you've been with for 50 years, who the can you trust? That's crazy. It's not an isolated incident. It's not. We are finding out in real time that these are not isolated incidents. Terrifying. And women are responding in kind. Like dating? No, thank you. I'm going to be at home with my cats, my dogs, my birds, my girlfriends, my TV shows, my work that's fulfilling. I'm going to be at home with and pour into the things that pour back into me and try to lessen the risk to my life. I'm like a crime junkie, and there's something called victimology, where when a crime has been committed and somebody has ended up dying or being assaulted or whatever, they study victimology. What about the victim's life might have led to these circumstances, unfortunately. And in this day and age, dating, getting on an app, that's it. It could be just that simple. So I'm okay with being called a misandrist if it means I get to stay safe and enjoy my life.
Well, statistically, since the beginning of time, the most dangerous person in a woman's life has been the man who loves her.
Mm.
And so that hasn't changed. And it's terrifying and horrific that we're seeing that now. But these stories and these cases have always been there.
Mhm.
Before, for a very long time, it wasn't even possible to accuse your husband of. Um,
1994, it was legal. It was
Yo, this is so sad, bro. This is sad, fam. This is what a woman becomes when she lacks that nurturing, motherly, feminine type of energy. Like I always tell you guys, it's impossible for a bird to love a man. Because when a woman main job every day is to wake up and try to finesse a man, try to get what she can out of a man, you can't really care for a man if that's how you feel. And she went through her entire life doing that. So it's not, you know, for her to sound like this now, it's not far fetched. It's just where she's at in her life right now as a bird that's 50. This is how they sound. They sound very bitter, traumatized, chaotic, dark, extreme, all because she don't know how to love a man. She lacks that in her heart. Her heart is cold. She been getting ran through her entire life. Men been splashing on her face for a price. Now her reality is as a 50-year-old woman with no kids. A woman with no kids, bro. So nobody saw you. I mean, scratch being a wife, but nobody saw you as a mother. We only saw you as a fun girl. Do you understand how dark this woman is? It's impossible for a man to save her because of the way she view men. Do you know how mad she is right now? The fact that she is washed, old, it's like her powers has left. So she feels powerless. So she's angry, she's bitter. So she's looking for every case to justify her being an older woman that's single and unmarried. And it's sad, bruh. Just look at her demonic eyes, fam. This is a woman who thrived in darkness her entire career, bro. She been in the industry. Listen to her now. She's just now influencing other women like her. The woman who is doing the interview, I'm pretty sure she looked up to her. Look, fellas, if your girl consumes content from Melissa Ford, be careful. That's all I'm saying.
Until 1994, it was legal for your husband to rape you because your husband can't rape you. Why?
What?
Because he owns your body.
This
And I
shit
just
is
want to say as a
crazy, bro.
note that to me, if you're a man whom is self-aware, whom is healthy, whom has humanist tendencies, feminist, preferably humanist, I can go with that too. None of this should be aggravating to you.
If it don't apply, let it fly. That's the phrase. If it don't apply, let it fly. If you're talking about, if you're talking disparagingly about, I know, like talking about a woman who, I don't know, like has 4 babies with 4 different baby dads, even though that's her body, her choice. I don't, whatever the conversation is about, I wouldn't be taking offense to whatever's being said, good, bad, or indifferent, because it doesn't have anything to do with the lifestyle I live. You know, I'm always going to be sticking up for women, always, no matter the circumstances, or do my best to do so. But when it comes to men taking offense to what I'm saying, trust and believe there is a large pocket of men that truly understand what I'm saying and they agree with me. Like I have a lot of male friends. And you know what a lot of them
We
are saying to me
know.
right now? Mel, I truly didn't understand. I'm seeing the stories coming out.
Damn, that's sad, bro. I have a lot of male friends, and nobody's trying to cuff. You just the home girl. You just the girl that nobody wants. Yo, let me call Meg or Mel or whatever her name is. This is crazy, bro. This is just sad. For a woman to be her age and just out here like this, talking about she got a lot of male friends. When a woman is around 50, man, she want to be put up somewhere. She want to be put up and relax. She ain't trying to have a lot of male friends. For what? But when a woman is a bird, bro, even though her body depreciated, her spirit is still for the streets. So she will always have a lot of male friends, even when she's 90 or 80 or however long she lives. That's just that's just the reality. And it's so scary, bro, because I keep telling y'all that spirit, it never leaves a woman. When a woman is a bird at 5, she's gonna be a bird at 50. It is real. I seen it, bruh. I seen it. Look, man, I remember girls back in the day, fam, in high school and shit. Those fast ass girls messing with the older dudes, like with cars, picking them up from school. Man, after all this time, those girls today are still birds. That energy never leaves a woman. That's a Jezebel spirit, bro. Once you see it, it's there forever. Don't be a fool and try to change a woman. You can't take that spirit out of her. You can't. Don't ignore it, bro. I'm telling y'all. She got on hoops. I always told you guys, yo, I'm just saying, bro. The hoops never fails, man. The hoops never fails. That's all I'm saying, man.
And has it been this prevalent for a long time? Yes. And it's just like when you're a 6'5" man, how it how easy is it to put yourself in the shoes of a 5'2", woman who weighs a buck 30, and just how hyper vigilant she has to be about her safety. It's going to be very difficult for you to try to understand, how she has to walk through the world because of how you have been able to walk through the world with that level of privilege. But a lot of my guy friends are now asking those really deep questions of, maybe I need to be educated a little bit more to understand, you know, things from the female perspective. I thought I knew. I thought I knew. But apparently I didn't know as
Shit
much as
is
I
crazy.
needed to know. I love that. I respect them for saying that so much. And I am willing to teach you. Have a seat. Have a seat. You want a snack? 'Cause we gonna be here for a while.
And I think I understand the
Damn, bro. I'm sorry, bro. But it's sad, bro. Her value is at the bottom now. Melissa Ford was a banger back in the day, bro. It's sad, fam. I'm keeping it real because I'm looking at her and I'm like, she's super average. But that's the thing about beauty, man. Beauty fades. It's like a woman got to make her move quick. I'm telling y'all. A woman got to make her move from the time she hit 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Those are the years you got to try to find your husband. You have to use your prime, your beauty. That's your value. To find that dude who will wife you up. From the time you give that shit to the streets, it's over, man. It's over.
frustration that men are experiencing when they are constantly being told that they're bad, they're unimportant, because women experience this for centuries.
Mhm.
Women are too emotional, not equipped to get a bank account, not equipped to be in the workforce, not equipped to make decisions, way too hysterical. So these massive labels that were placed on us that limited us in some very real ways because men have the power over women and have had the power of women for as long as this country has existed, we have experienced that. So in not wanting to recreate that same fault, because I'm going to say hegemonic men or men in general who subscribe to the idea of masculinity, where it's about economic power, status, and it's two ranges of emotions you're allowed to experience, which is apathy, nothing at all, or aggression. And this type of man is crisis prone.
Yes.
This type of man is a walking time bomb.
Yes.
And that is the kind of man whom, one, often is in places of power and stature.
Yeah.
So, probably the ones who are pursuing you. Two, they tend to be the ones who are the loudest. They tend to be the leaders. That's why patriarchy exists, because this system of man is not good for their own mental health, for the safety of themselves or others, but it is good for dominance. And that's why they end up being the president of our country. So these type of men tend to be in position of power. They tend to be loud. And then even men who are not necessarily hegemonic in thinking tend to try to emulate those men because it appears they have everything that they would want. But those men don't.
Yeah.
So the idea that this kind of man is the man that we should be looking to, or the high value man, is the problem in itself.
It is ridiculous. I don't know where you have to get to in a point in your life where you understand that none of that matters. Of course,
You know where you have to go? To a park.
and
When
hug a tree.
you see the yes,
Yeah.
but when you see the kind of men who are fathering children, when you go to a workplace and you see the kind of men who are there in likely positions of cooperation, not always positions of power, but who are liked in the workplace, who have a network of friendships. When you go to a girlfriend's dinner party and you see who the boyfriends are, then you're like, the kind of man that we're marketed and told that we have to be is not the kind of man getting the things that I actually genuinely want in life. So I think that there is a shift happening. And for men who are online, which on YouTube, it tends to be more male viewers than women
Yeah.
viewers because men are lonelier, they have more free time. And men are desperately looking for companionship, they're looking for guidance, and they don't have a lot of men who are doing that for them
Why are
because
they looking at each other to, like, figure it out? Like, it's the
they
it
should.
really is no, it's the dumb leading the blind.
It's the dumb leading the blind, but women should look to women for support because we understand what it's like to be 5'2", walking around, like,
But we
our level of
do.
but we do, and we
Yeah.
Wow, this is how it sounds when two bitter, masculine women have a conversation. And it's funny. It's like, okay, let's bash men real quick. That's how we gonna connect. And it's crazy because this chick right here got a whole husband, but of course he's feminine. Masculine women will always go for a feminine type of husband, and that's why she's so comfortable being in an open relationship where she could smash anybody else and still be married. This is what I'm saying, man. These women are predators, bro. They're gonna prey on the weak every time.
do it well.
Yes, we
And there's
do.
much you can learn when you stop hating that system and start actually reflecting on why it's working so well.
Mhm.
And that's why I would just say to any man who is not hegemonic, who is supporting or trying to defend this system, take a closer look.
Yeah.
This is not all it's cracked up to be. And it actually never
This
was.
is where the accountability kind of comes in into understanding, okay, so maybe patriarchy hasn't worked out for me as well as it have. Maybe my long held beliefs need to be challenged. And if I don't know how to do that on my own, maybe I need a professional therapist to help me work through all of these things. If I'm depressed and I'm isolating myself, well, that's probably not.
Look, fellas, be wise out here, okay? As a man, your main job is to always self improve and strive to be the best version of yourself, right? Because when you elevate in life and you level up, you will see these women for who they are. You will understand value. You will understand your value and you'll realize how low a woman like this value is. But when a man is low vibrational, he refuses to be the best version of himself, he might be intrigued by a woman like this because he's vibrating very low. Because when you look at this woman, bro, it's sad, fam. It really is. Like you could see the trauma on her face, the bitterness, the long nights, and it's sad. But if a dude is thirsty, he will entertain a woman like this. And as men, you all have to see these women for who they are, bro. This woman is washed. She's washed from finessing men. She lost her power. She lost her main tool that she used to finesse men. Now she's the most bitter woman in the world. She's a bitter hen. It's hard for a woman like this to smile because reality caught up to her. That's the thing about women who give their soul to the streets. Karma will always catch up to them. It's just how life works. You know, like what you put out in life is what you're going to get back. So if you were disrespecting men and preying on the weak, that karma will come back to you. Because the same man that she disrespected in the past, I'm pretty sure she'll be happy if one of them was to wife up today. Look, people be wise out here, man. Be wise. This is what you
Yo, imagine him being in a hospital trying to deal with, and the baby's coming out.
Fellas, again, focus on yourself. That's what it is.